Well, it's all about 4-H on parade here at the Agri and Western Event Center. I'm joined by Sarah from High River. And Sarah, who's this?
This is Rooster.
Rooster, okay. What are you going to show us today with, in regards to Rooster?
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to take off a blanket.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you how to do some basic brushing, and then I'm going to show you how to put it back on.
Okay. And like taking on and putting on a blanket, that sounds like it should be a really easy job, but it's probably not.
It can be. I've done it on 5-year-olds, and they don't like to stand still sometimes, but he just stands right still. So let's get started.
Okay, tell us what we got to do first.
So the first thing you always do is you do up the front end when you're putting it on.
Okay.
But you always do up the back end when you're taking it off.
Okay.
So there's these straps that go by his legs.
Okay.
You unclip that and just let it go.
Okay.
You always do both sides.
Okay. And why do we keep the blanket on, Sarah?
So he is an Appaloosa, which is a breed of horse, and they have a lot of white on them sometimes.
Okay.
So Rooster, he rolls sometimes. He is actually not a fan of mud sometimes. So,
okay.
And then you do this part where it's just a strap. It's a quick strap.
Okay.
And then you come to the front. You always face their back.
Okay.
Because if something was to happen where they freak out or something, you can move quickly and you can see their back feet.
Good point. Okay.
So you just undo these clasps.
So the blanket really isn't for keeping warm, it's for keeping clean.
Yeah.
And tidy.
Winter blankets are for keeping warm, and then you just pull it off.
Okay.
And
look, and he's got a turtleneck on underneath, so he's still warm. Perfect.
Yeah.
And that does not look easy to put on this.
It is not. You have to like roll it up and put it over the top of their face.
Oh my goodness.
He tolerates it really well, which is really awesome.
Okay, so now you're going to show us how to groom him a bit? Okay.
Yeah, so usually you start always kind of front up here, but since it's covered, we'll just start back here.
Perfect.
So my wonderful friend, the lady I bought him from, her 4-year-old, organized my grooming bag for me, so
wonderful.
I never know where any brushes are. So this is a dandy brush. It's a simple, just hard brush, and a curry comb. So I'm going to show you these two brushes.
Okay.
So the curry comb is you put it on your hand and you just do it in circular motion.
Okay.
And what it lifts off all the dirt and stuff on him. I'm just going to do the chestnut part of him because the white part, it lifts up all the dirt on the butt.
And you don't want that.
Yeah. So if you want to try that,
sure. Okay.
You just do it in circular motion.
Circular motion. How's that?
Awesome.
Not too bad. And does Rooster like this? Does it feel good for Rooster?
He likes it.
He likes it?
It's nice because it's like a bonding thing with your horse and stuff. So after that, you use the dandy brush.
Okay.
And all it does is it flicks off all that dirt. So if you want to try that.
So all the dirt that I just worked up.
Yeah.
Now we're going to, look at this. I wish someone would take care of me with a dandy brush every morning. Amazing. Okay.
So the last tool is, there's so many different tools like the mane brush, but since his mane's covered in tail brushes and stuff.
Right.
There's the hoof pick.
Okay.
Hoof pick's one of the most important parts of a horse, because if a horse has a stone in it, they can get a stone bruise or get lame. So what you do is you run your hand down their leg and you just pick it up right here.
Okay.
He picks it up and then you just hold it and you pick it out. Wow. This one has a brush on it, so I brush out all the shavings. And this part right here, this is called the frog. It's a very sensitive area.
Okay.
So
you have to be very careful not to...
you can't touch it with the hoof pick because that's when they'll start freaking out and stuff. And you want it really nice and clean because sometimes judges will, I don't think it's ever happened, but sometimes they will pick up the hoof and look at the hoof and stuff.
Okay.
So so that's pretty much the basic grooming of a horse. So I'll show you how to put the blanket.
Sure, let's put the blanket back on. Now, Sarah, you've had Rooster for how long?
I've had him for a year and a half. I got him in October of last year.
Wow, okay. So how are you expecting Rooster to show?
I've had him in a schooling show before. Did amazing. He showed in a couple of Western classes before, so since I only show Western this year, he should be doing really awesome.
Awesome. Okay, let's get this blanket back on.
So the hard part about blanketing is you do get shavings on it because it's finding the front end of it.
Okay.
So when you put it on the front, so what you do is you just take it and you swing it over.
Yeah.
And you just adjust it.
Just like that.
You just kind of adjust it. And then you check the other side, make sure it's all good.
It's kind of like making a bed if you ask me.
Yeah,
It's kind of
his-
like putting the bed, making sure it's even.
And then you
a little
have-
bit on each side.
His is one size too big on him because they
Okay.
didn't sell his size, so I just bought the big size. But what you do, again, is you always start with the front. You
Okay.
just do up these cloths. They're just simple buckles. Some blankets, ones that I really like, have these types of buckles on the
Okay.
front. And it just makes life sometimes a lot easier.
Sarah, thanks so much for showing us this
Yeah.
today. So great. Thanks to Rooster, too. What's your favorite thing about coming out for 4-H on parade?
It's my first year here ever.
Really?
So I'm very excited, but I'm very excited to go into the Agrium building because that's where I've always wanted to show. So
Awesome. Well, thanks
Yeah.
for doing this with us, Sarah.
Thank
Make
you
sure
very
you
much.
come down to Stampede Park and check out 4-H on parade this week until Sunday about 4 o'clock. We're back with more Go right after the break.